I would while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain, and my head I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching, if I only had a brain. Fool doesn't need a brain though, does he? He just needs a gut instinct to do what he has to do, to go over that cliff. Maybe the dog is his gut. This is my Scarecrow and Toto card. So welcome to my new series, everybody. This is where I go through the majors, at least, and choose from my 40-odd decks which version of that particular card is my favorite. And I'll always start with the standard RWS because it's like a textbook deck for me. I don't love the artwork. It's a bit flat. It doesn't really have a lot of life to it, which I like to see in a deck. But it's really the working textbook illustrations for other decks in their RWS tradition. So I like to start with it. And I have to say, even though this isn't my favorite Fool card, it's right up there. This is probably one of the best rendered cards in the Pamela Coleman Smith deck. For me, I kind of like this guy. I like to see the cliff. I like to see the chance taking. The dog is good, but it doesn't have to be there. And I just kind of like this card and the way it's done here, but it's not my favorite. So let me go through a few of my decks and just show you how they've been depicted and why it gets a thumbs up or a thumbs down from me. And I'll finish with my absolute favorite Fool. For now, this is fluid like anything else. I could get a new deck tomorrow. A deck that I love now could lose its juice in future. But anyway, starting with sort of the worst. I love the Prisma Tarot Visions artwork, but this Fool, it just doesn't do it for me. There's like this pelican up here, which doesn't seem to be unsteady or fool-like in any way, happily perched. And down here there is supposedly a wolf that has gotten into the water and is after this bird. So I just don't see the Fool here. I guess the wolf going for a swim is taking a risk, but I just don't get the energy of the card from this one. Now, this one is from the Voyager Tarot, and I'll just say that all the decks I'm going to show you are all decks that I actually like, or I wouldn't own them. If I don't use a deck, I just pass it along. So, look at this creepy doll baby head in the Voyager Fool deck. Oh, you just can't unsee that, can you? That doll looks like it can't unsee something. This is a card that I would actually end up going off a cliff just to get away from. Next is my deck that I really don't like any of the cards. Certainly they wouldn't be at the top of my list. It's the Thoth Fool. And way too much going on, way too busy, way too esoteric. What's he doing? Apparently he's supposed to be floating in midair. I guess he's taken his leap. But I really don't get the energy of the Fool taking that chance, going for it. I just see all the esotericism just layered on and layered on. It just gives my intuition nowhere to go. So then, this also in the Thoth tradition is the Marielle. And it's a nicer image. I kind of like all the butterflies, and that his mask is a monarch butterfly and his feet are butterflies. It's a bit esoteric as well, but what I don't like about this card is that he's already made the jump. He's in midair. There's no decision. He could have been like thrown off that cliff. and we wouldn't know any better. So I don't see his impetus in doing what he's doing here. So it's a no from me. Another thothy kind of fool is from the Cosmic Tribe tarot deck. And this one I like a lot more. Very psychedelic kind of vibe to this deck. And he's going after that butterfly. We can see there is a cliff here. The actual crocodile has been lifted from the crocodile down here in the Thoth deck. And we even have a dog. And the dog has butterfly wings. And he has butterfly wings. So that may be too much butterfly stuff going on, but I do get the sense of the card. So now we're getting somewhere with the energy of what I like to see in a Fool card. My good old favorite Sheridan Douglas does it right. We got everything we need to see. He's after that butterfly up here, but it's just the one. He doesn't have butterfly wings. The dog doesn't have butterfly wings. He's got the rose, there's the sun, there's the dog, he's taking a nip, there's the cliff. Everything's there that you need to, get what this card is trying to tell you. Then here's the Marseille version of this card. This is the Jean Loblay, and this blue cat dog is going after this fool's meat and 2 veg. So, no cliff, a precarious situation, bare butt, definitely gets the foolish side across, but in any case, not my favorite, but I kind of like the fun energy of the card. And of course, having pointed out the genitalia here, if I go back, what is it about the Fool card? Because this one also genitalia. This one also genitalia. This one, a big old sun, the center of the universe, covering his genitalia. So I don't know what that means. If you do, please comment below. Now, here we get into another tricky situation with some of the cards. This is the Fool card from the Spiral Tarot, and this is based on a myth, like a Greek myth, I believe. What's his name? Parsifal, I think. So there's a lot going on here. There's an angel. There's a cliff, and there's an animal here, but he's kneeling, and he's not jumping, but he's looking at the Holy Grail up here, and then lots of different symbols, astrological and Hebrew lettering, and elementals, and etc. So too busy, first of all, and it's a very small card to have all that stuff going on. Also, I don't enjoy the layering on of the story over the Fool. I mean, it can be fun for insights and whatnot, but I like to get, just that clear hit intuitively, like from something like this, without having to consider the rest. Same would be said of the Dionysus character in the Mythic Tarot. Now here's a Fool card from Tarot of the Old Path that, what the heck's going on here? This woman is chasing after this baby who's putting its hand in the fire. The Fool is more of a background character. He's not even at the cliff yet. Too busy, too many distractions, not focused on the key ingredients as far as I'm concerned. I love the deck though, in general. Now here's, this is from the Tarot de Saint Croix, and I just love the artwork, and I just love what this trickster coyote Fool is doing, and making shadow play and creating geese images, and there's a boat and a path back here and a moon, but I don't really get the Fool energy of taking that chance, taking that risk. So I can read this card, but it will read in a different way, more in a shadow play kind of way. Here's a Fool from one of my favorite decks, the Connolly Tarot, and we have our cliff, and we have a path going there, and we've got our dog, but the Fool seems to be stopped and making a decision, and he's thinking too much for a fool, in my opinion. And I don't like the crossroads on this card, so I would rather that he was here at the cliff edge and ready to go. Again, I love the deck though, in general. This is from the Fountain Tarot. Certainly the energy of taking a leap can be seen here, and so I get that hit, I get that thing I need from the card, but it's all a little too abstract and too ambiguous to really lock on to something specific there. And one of my favorite decks is the Morgan Grier. I love the 70s vibe. I guess that's why I love this deck so much. Same kind of 70s vibe. And you got the dog, you got the fool, you got the bag, you got the rose, you got everything, but you're just a little too close up. There is a cliff, but you don't really see the risk factor going on here. So it's a polite no from me, but I still love the artwork. So now we've got the World Spirit Tarot. I happen to have the Spanish version, so it's El Loco. So we've got this sort of peasant woman on top of a roof with the dog on her skirt, and she's chasing after these birds. It's like the crazy aunt that lives in the attic has escaped and she's on the loose. So I like some of the energy in this card. I can certainly work with it. Now we're getting to some of the fools that I really do enjoy. This is from the Efflorescent Tarot, and everything is great about this. This is some kind of a dog or a cat or something. He's going off the cliff, and the bag and the sun, and you got everything. The artwork is beautiful. What I don't like is the blindfold. The fool shouldn't accidentally fall off the cliff. The fool should know there's a cliff there and make that conscious choice to just go for it. The next one is from the Modern Spellcasters Tarot. And I like this. There's no dog or animal, and that's okay, like I said. Everything else is there I need, with a little something extra. We've got the sun up here, consciousness, which he's focused on, but he's jumping into the water or the moon or the subconscious or the unconscious. That's where he's headed. So I like getting just that little bit extra message from the card. I think the Osho Zen Fool is beautiful. Again, no dog, but he's staring at this rose as if it was the butterfly in this card. It's almost like that white soul. You know, you're looking at your soul, you're following your higher self or whatever. And I really don't have anything bad to say about this particular depiction of the Fool. I like it. This is the Fool from my Numinous Tarot deck, and I love the artwork in this deck, and I love the inclusivity in this deck. I like the rainbow. I like the leap, the head first, everything. Again, no animal necessary. But what kind of disturbs me a little bit is the rough water and this lightning storm. And, we shouldn't really know what we're going to get when we take that leap. And he seems to be jumping from, a sunny rainbow kind of perspective, headed for this kind of danger. And it's very visible and very obvious. So that makes it fun to read this card because you have another layer of something going on. But I don't think it's pure fool when you can see there's trouble ahead and you're going to leap into it anyway. I really like this Fool. So we're into my top 3 now. So this is from the Light Seers, and I just really love the trust that's going on in this card. She's not even looking where she's jumping, and then there's all the sacred geometry that she's moving into, which is better, I think, than a storm-tossed sea. She has an amethyst, and maybe that's going to protect her in some way, or at least make her feel better about the leap. So I like it. No problems there. I think this is next one from the Slow Tarot is one of the most beautiful depictions of the Fool. How he just goes right into the sun. We've got the dog back. It's a full leap. It's a conscious leap. We don't know exactly where we're going, but it's high. And everything you need from a Fool card is in that card. Okay, so now drum roll. This is my favorite Fool. It's pretty simple. It's from the Dame Darcy Mermaid Tarot. And I know this is a controversial deck for some people because there were some accusations of she copied some of the art from somebody else. But this is the deck where she got rid of all the cards that may have been going on in and replaced them with her own. Her Fool card was always, as I'm going to show you, it did not have to be changed. And I'll tell you why I like this one. Now, first of all, I'm a Cancer sun sign, so this is a deck that's filled with, water, the ocean, fish, boats, sailors, and yes, mermaids. And of that list, mermaids interest me the least, but what are you going to do? So here's the Fool card from this particular deck. And again, no dog, not necessary. I like the fact that she actually is a mermaid because water is her element. So she'll be fine as long as she survives the fall. And I think this is a card that should be encouraging people where there is some risk, but you'll be okay. But the real selling point, the thing that this card has, or this depiction in this deck has that no other Fool card that I've seen has, is the ha 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 ha. She's laughing. She's enjoying herself. She's literally diving through the zero of the Fool. But it's that encouragement to enjoy the risk. It's like why you get on a roller coaster if you're a roller coaster type of person. You have to have fun with it. That's why you're doing it. That's why you're chancing it. And I just love this reminder of the enjoyment piece that you don't get from any of these other Fool cards. So that's my favorite Fool card. Please comment below and let me know what your favorite Fool card is from whatever deck. And I guess this will be a hashtag favorite Fool card. Okay, that's it for now. Bye.